Hey everyone, here's our sprint release video sync for the conversion team for digital experience for October 20th. I'm going to hand this over to Jess to get us rolling.
Did you want to share your screen, Justin?
I was going to let you guys share based upon
Oh,
what worked
individually?
for this run. Yep.
No worries. Okay. So for this sprint, I'm still the DRI of slippers. So anything coming in for that, which would include this quote carousel component update. I'm also tagged in a platform page update. And then I just started this issue here for kind of looking at what we can do to improve the homepage and anything else that comes my way in the next 2 weeks. Let me pass it off to Dennis.
Oh, snap. Okay. I'll show my screen too. So for this week, I provided some analysis for Foundation, which is a content distribution vendor.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
And then I not visualized, but I mapped out all of the different paths users can take from the website to the SaaS trial form. And there's about 5 different paths. So I'm just waiting on the data team to confirm this. Tracking wise, I added site search tracking and then features tracking for GA4, as well as e-commerce and SaaS trial. So for site search, we'll be able to tell like if people made a search, if they clicked on any of those, if they filtered or sort. And just to show you, so these are the search query from yesterday, and if they're sorting by most popular, last updated, as well as filtering for handbook, blog, and marketing. And then for features, it's if they clicked on any of these links, and then if they're filtering as well, that's going to be available in GA4. So here we have the stages, stage and category, filtering, and then the actual like documentation click part. I will popcorn to Megan.
Okay. In this sprint, at the very beginning, we launched the new pricing page test related to the free CTAs. Just about finished the ROI calculator test. It should be ready to go out pending just some reviews. The homepage, I removed the old homepage subcopy test, and the new homepage carousel versus feature block test is ready pending just a go ahead and a review. I made some accessibility updates to the new full carousel component. Shout out to LVC for making that component like super readable and just like easy to navigate through. It made making those updates like way faster than I thought it would be. And then I picked up an issue to update the homepage customer quote component. It's just removing folks' headshots and replacing with the company logo. With that, I'll pass it over to Elise. I think you may be on mute if you're talking.
Okay. So I'm next. Yes. Okay. Let me show you. Okay. How to run with the system? Okay. Until I try to share my screen, as Megan said, finally the full hero carousel is ready. It's ready for until the accessibility update. It's ready for the test, and also the fetching that is ready now using the new sync files from the new Pricing Ultimate and Premium page. So the pages are ready. it's almost ready near the top banner. I can share. Can anybody help me sharing the screen? Okay.
Also, do
It's
you
a-
have
It's a preference with Mac,
Oh.
but I lost the preference.
Uh,
System
okay?
preference.
It's not, yeah.
If it's not, if you haven't if you haven't given it permissions, it'll make you like close Zoom and reopen it to give it. So we maybe just skip the screen share unless anyone else can show it. But I think it's probably fine.
Okay.
what are you trying to share, obviously? Maybe I can share it.
Yes, is the okay? I'll share the screen, but I'll share you the URL. But right now the real app have
Oh,
a little bit that it's fixed in my local. It's just the push that is waiting. Because we are guessing or debating if we need to have the height fixed or can be flexible if the text gets too big, especially on mobile.
mm.
Mobile is trouble. In mobile, we set some styles, but if the text gets very big, we're trouble if we prefer to be flexible or have it fixed.
Yeah, Jess, do you want to look at this on mobile? I think it looks a little bit odd with the two stacked here.
Yeah, LV, can you just tag me in the MR for that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay. So this is the final some maybe padding issues, and that's it. It will be ready for the test. And that's it for the sprint.
I also did work. I know I'm quitting, but like, I do have a short list this week. I did a bunch of spike work on the like identifying people with GitLab accounts and being able making that available for the marketing team. So I have the code that I can push up as an MR. Before I do that, I'll do one of two things. Before I leave, or maybe a little bit of both. I've reached out to Sam on the growth team because it sounds like I've heard through the grapevine that like that team might be doing something similar. And if they are, I think we ought to like defer to them on the work because they'll like implement it the best way that's like, the most cohesively with the product. But if they like, if it's low on their priority list, what I'm hoping to do is like send them this MR and say like, what do you think about this? Right. And then like they can iterate on it, or like someone on our team can iterate on it a little bit. It's not too much. The code diff is like maybe a dozen lines or so. The real challenge is just like understanding like the right way to do it to like work well with the product. So I do have that ready. It's sort of like locked and loaded and like ready to go. And then just like I'm going to keep on working with Sam. And if I haven't heard back from him. If I don't, I'll make sure to have like documentation and a write up of like, here's what I'm thinking, and like here's probably the steps for like here's who I would ask more questions of and stuff like that. So that was the big one. So hopefully we'll be able to at least sort of like tie up loose ends before I'm out of here on November 1st and get that working, or at least have like a good MVC on it.
For context, I think I've asked him about it, and I think they're not going to work on it until early next year, is what I
Okay,
heard.
cool, sweet, awesome. I'm still gonna try and connect with them just to like,
Yeah.
It would be like I have a thing that works, but like it's not always enough just to have it working. Like it kind of needs to like do it the GitLab way. So like I'd love to talk to one of them and say like, is this the GitLab way? And if it is, then I can just like send up an MR for review, right? But if
We
it
want the
isn't,
visibility. Yeah, we want them to
Yeah.
see it anyways. It should be
yeah,
coordinated. So, yeah.
totally. So that's sort of the last thing on that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I did almost release. I didn't quite release something, but I do have things to report.
Can I go again?
Yes.
You guys
Popcorn
gotta
was
let me
Jess.
know when I'm out of my mind. Yeah, I I'm gonna blame jet lag on this. Okay, so anyway, a lot of things to release this week. So we have the licensing and subscription FAQ coming down the line, which is just like an easier, better UI to what exists now. And eventually the accordion update will come with it, but not for our first release of that. So just keep that in mind. Update to the CE versus EE install page, deciding which enterprise or community edition you want to use. Again, just kind of updated copy, updated UI, cleaned it up a bit. DevOps maturity comparison chart. This is just kind of like an easier way to read these comparisons between, oops, I can fix that. GitHub and our best in class competitor for each of these stages. And we'll legend down here about that. Little update potentially to the pricing page, just kind of calling out these like why premium, why ultimate pages for people who want more information. And then there were some other kind of small things here and there, but those are the big ones to report for now.
Just FYI, I don't think we're gonna do this pricing one. We need approval from Ray, Sid, Ashley, etc. So don't work on that until we get approval.
Yeah. Okay, that's all.
Well, thanks everyone. And we'll see everyone on Monday for sprint planning.